When you think of corruption, you are probably thinking of authoritarian governments, regimes, and rich criminals hiding their money.
The corruption of government has resulted in 329 arrests of fugitives accused.
Corrupt Chinese officials have been fleeing abroad for decades, transferring assets worth.
Sri Lanka has been facing deep-seated corruption issues in its political framework.
Airbus was investigated in the US, Britain and France for suspected corruption.
In July 2020, Novartis had to pay over $300 million.
Western countries are also often facilitating corruption by helping corrupt.
9 people have been arrested for the killer bridge collapse. 2 of them are clerks, 1 a bridge contractor. But what about the big fish? The municipal authorities that say they didn't know about the bridge being reopened without even a security audit? Those at the spot who could not control the crowd? What about the company responsible for the renovation?
When something is expected in return, then you have a corrupt situation.
The 2023 International Anti-Corruption Day (IACD) seeks to highlight the crucial link between anti-corruption and peace, security and development. At its core, it's a notion that tackling this crime is right and responsibility of everyone, and that only through cooperation and involvement of each and every person and institution can we overcome the negative impact of this crime. States, government officials, civil servants, law enforcement officers, media representatives, the public society, the private society, academia, the public and youth alike all have a role to play in uniting the world against corruption.
Corruption not only follows conflicts but is also frequently one of its root causes. It fuels conflicts and inhibits peace processes by undermining the rule of law, worsening poverty, facilitating the illicit use of resources, and providing financing for armed conflicts.
Corruption attacks the foundation of democratic institutions by distorting electoral processes, perverting the rule of law, and creating bureaucratic quagmires whose only reason for existing is the soliciting of bribes. Economic development is stunted. The quality of services rendered by the government are taken for granted to not meet good standards, and people are blindly come to a conclusion about the government being a provider of poor quality of services. Corruption makes the whole system, country, and the world hollow, ready to crash any minute.
Corruption isn't an individual's doing alone. It is a chain, and we, as responsible citizens, should refuse to be a part of this chain and contribute towards breaking it. It's not easy to shackle corruption to its very foundation, as it's a deep-rooted and age-old flaw in our society. But you and me, as the youth of the upcoming future of the society, can collectively make small efforts to bring about a positive change.
Corruption is a multi-dimensional social evil. It is the problem of problems the world is facing right now.
Nepotism, misappropriation of public money, and non-accountability have spread the waves of corruption in most of the departments.
It is a severe threat to the nation. It impairs
the system of moral, ethical, and religious values of a civil society.
Thus, it is high time that we, as the youth of the nation, unite to raise a voice against corruption, to ensure justice